ex-Centennial Golden Hawk Cody Kessler. He was here tonight. He was here in support of his head coach, Brian Nixon, who we'll talk to a little bit later. But first, we caught up with Cody, as we did last week, to ask him about their win against Arizona and the new energy that head coach Ed Orgeron has infused into USC.
I just think it's a mindset, you know, the attitude we had. But I mean, that's exactly what Coach O was doing. You know, that's what USC has been so successful doing, is how they used to be. You know, and we're definitely getting back to that. And even this week, you know, the first team meeting we had with Coach O for game week this week was we watched a highlight tape from the teams from 2002 all the way to like 2006, 2007. You know, and it was great to see how those guys played, and it carried over to practice and it carried over to the game. And then Marcus Allen came in and spoke to us and called every starter out by name, you know, and he called the whole line out, called me out, called everyone out, and not in a negative way, you know, but said, hey, I mean, basically we're USC. You guys can't be playing like you are, you know. You have so much tradition behind you. You know, that's what Marcus Allen said too. Like, he's like, you're the USC quarterback. You know, this is your team, and everyone in LA is going to look to you and across the country. And you know, if you win, it's on your shoulders. If you lose, it's on your shoulders. So it's a big responsibility, but enjoy the ride in the meantime.
You have a game coming up in Notre Dame. I've never actually been to a game in Notre Dame, but I've heard stories about how nice they are, about how unique the stadium is and how unique the experience is. What is it like to go into Notre Dame and play?
Well, first off, they weren't nice to us. I mean, we went there, 2 years ago, we went there for a night game. That was my true freshman year. Obviously, I was redshirting, but I still had to travel, and that was one of the most hostile environments I've ever been around. And still to this day, you know, those people are ruthless up there. I mean, they don't, and I mean, not all of them, you know, some of them, a lot of them are great in there, but at the same time, you know, those people love their football, and just like we do. So, but yeah, I mean, the atmosphere, the tradition there also, like it is for us, and you know, the touchdown, Jesus, all that, everyone sees that, and it's awesome, you know, just the stories behind it, and especially with the rivalry we have, you know, the games looking back, and you always hear about, you know, when the Bush push and all that, and when you know, Dwayne Jarrett caught that on 4th down, caught it to set it, you know, all this stuff you hear about, and it's exciting. You know, it's a fun game to play in.
It is a fun game to play. It'll be a fun game to watch. All right, we'll be back on Friday Night Live.
Friday Night Live, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.